What if I told you that most of your suffering is optional? That the anxiety, the overthinking, the need for approval is not fate. It's conditioning. And 2,000 years ago, a group of men mastered the antidote. There was a slave who became a philosopher. There was a sick, exiled statesman who became one of the most powerful thinkers in history. And there was a Roman emperor who ruled the known world, yet wrote private notes to himself about humility and discipline. That's the dividing line between peace and chaos. You cannot control other people's opinions, the economy, your past, the weather, the algorithm. But you can control your effort, your reaction, your discipline, your character. Most people spend 90% of their energy on what they cannot control. Stoicism flips that ratio. When you fully internalize this lesson, anxiety collapses. Because you stop fighting reality. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you ask, "What is in my control right now?" That single shift changes everything. Lesson 2, your thoughts create your suffering. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his private journal, which later became Meditations. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Notice something powerful. He didn't say, "You control events." He said, "You control your interpretation." An insult is just sound waves. Failure is just feedback. Rejection is redirection. It's your judgment that creates pain. If someone criticizes you, you suffer because you believe the criticism defines you. If you lose money, you suffer because you attach identity to success. Stoicism trains you to pause between event and reaction. And in that pause, is freedom. Lesson 3, Memento Mori, remember you will die. Most people avoid thinking about death. Stoics trained with it daily. Memento Mori. Remember you will die. Not to be depressed, but to be awake. Seneca wrote letters reminding himself that life is borrowed time. Imagine this. If today were your last day, would you care about that comment? That argument? That embarrassment? Death shrinks triviality. It clarifies priority. When you understand your time is limited, you stop procrastinating. Stop people-pleasing. Stop living small. Mortality is not morbid. It is motivational. Lesson 4, Amor Fati, love your fate. This is where Stoicism becomes powerful. It's not just accepting what happens. It's loving what happens. Amor Fati. If you get rejected, good. If you fail, good. If plans collapse, good. Because every obstacle contains training. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." You don't need better circumstances. You need better interpretation. This mindset eliminates victimhood. It turns pain into power. Lesson 5, discipline equals freedom. Stoicism is not passive. It's aggressive self-mastery. Wake up early. Train your body. Control your appetite. Speak less than you know. Do the hard thing first. Comfort weakens character. Discomfort strengthens it. The Stoics practiced voluntary hardship, cold baths, fasting, minimal living. Why? To prove to themselves they didn't need luxury to be stable. If you can remain calm in discomfort, you become dangerous in chaos. Lesson 6. You are not your reputation. You can do everything right and still be misunderstood. Epictetus warned. If you seek external validation, you become a slave. Reputation lives in other people's minds. Character lives in yours. Focus on character. Let reputation do what it wants. The moment you stop trying to control how people see you, you become powerful. Lesson 7, the obstacle is the path. Every great Stoic faced adversity. Seneca was exiled. Marcus Aurelius ruled during plague and war. Epictetus was born a slave. Yet none of them blamed fate. They used it. The obstacle builds patience. The insult builds restraint. The failure builds resilience. Stop asking, how do I avoid this? Start asking, what is this teaching me? Lesson 8, emotional control is power. Stoicism is not suppression. It's regulation. You feel anger, but you don't obey it. You feel fear, but you don't freeze. You feel desire, but you don't chase blindly. Your emotions are signals, not commands. The average person reacts. The Stoic responds. That difference determines destiny. Lesson 9, simplicity is strength. Modern life is overstimulation. More scrolling. More noise. More comparison. Stoicism values simplicity. Own less. Need less. Desire less. Because the more you need, the easier you are to control. Freedom increases as dependency decreases. Lesson 10, virtue is the only true good. This is the core. Not wealth. Not status. Not popularity. Virtue. Wisdom. Courage. Justice. Temperance. Everything else is temporary. If you lose money but keep character, you're still rich. If you lose status but keep integrity, you're still powerful. The Stoics didn't aim for comfort. They aimed for excellence of character. And that changes everything. Imagine living like this. You wake up unconcerned with approval. You face problems calmly. You don't overreact. You don't overthink. You don't collapse under pressure. You focus only on what you control. You welcome difficulty. You remember death. You master yourself. That is Stoicism. Not philosophy for classrooms. Philosophy for warriors. The world will always be chaotic. But your mind? That can be trained. And when your mind is disciplined, your life becomes unshakable. If this shifted your perspective even slightly, then don't just watch Stoicism. Practice it. Comment below. Which of these 10 lessons hit you the hardest? And if you're serious about becoming mentally untouchable, subscribe. Because this channel isn't about motivation. It's about mastery.